Hello, comrades. Commissar Bro here today with some words of wisdom. World domination. It's a very fickle thing, isn't it? The whole idea of taking even something as simple as a tiny island nation and or a huge oil baron and becoming rich, is it not? Or taking over the world. It's insane. It's kind of a weird idea. But anyway, I'm talking about intangibles. With that, untouchables, unknowables. It's correct. All sorts of crazy things. Anyway, before I go off on any more weird things, let's focus on what we're doing. I am Qatar. That is correct. Qatar. Now, I always imagined Qatar was richer than what Superpower depicts it as. Which, let's be honest, it is. Because in this particular game, Qatar is... the average wealth is 19,000, which is not true to life. Even in 2001, with the statistical data that this game is based upon, I somehow don't necessarily believe that. But, you know, whatever. What's important here is how we set up our country. You guys know the drill, and you know how I play, and this is what I'm doing. I'm swapping everything over to private because I like the management of these markets to go to private corporations, let them do the work, and growth increases substantially from my understanding if we do that. So that's what I'm going to do. Plus that means we can tax that particular area once it gets up to the right amount. Qatar is a tiny nation. It only has a population of, there you go, 769,000. And only 2% of its population is over the age of 65. Interesting. Interesting stuff. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Let's try to click on, what is this? Bahrain? Yes, it is. Well, the good thing with Qatar is that they start off in the positive, which is what most countries in this game cannot be said for them, because they do not. Let's see what our diplomatic relations are with the rest of the world. Minimal. To say the least, quite minimal. Let's do this. Let's make freedom of speech legal, freedom of demonstration legal. Yes, let's go ahead and pass those through our little Qatarian government. Arabic is the official language, considering changing that. Oh, look at that. A huge approval dip from legalizing those bastardized laws, according to the people of this country. But that's okay, because I'm not here to make them happy. That's right. Here in Qatar, we are not here to make people happy. They can be as miserable as they want to be, as far as I'm concerned. I have more important things to worry about. For example, how to get this government out of the deep end. Because right now, she is not looking pretty. I was kind of hoping I wouldn't have to raise taxes, but looks like it's going to have to happen. Stability in this particular region is minimum. It's awful. You know what? Let's just go ahead and swap over to a multi-party democracy. Who needs a king in Qatar? We do not. We do not. We have to only swap to a single-party democracy because we don't have any other parties. The Democratic Party of Qatar. We're just going to legalize Muslim. And we'll keep Arabic as the official Islam, Muslim. What am I talking about? I'm retarded. Islam. Yes, that's right. We're just going to legalize Islam. Let's go ahead and raise. What is wrong with me? Can I not talk today? Jesus. We're going to raise foreign aid to get ourselves on better terms with the rest of the world. We are going to find a country that likes us, Belgium, for example, and we are going to ask for economic aid from said country. Bam, look at that. I'm just going to go ahead and throw on another one just in case, because I like to do that. It's a habit of mine. Whether it works or not, I don't particularly care. Let's see. Let's go ahead and sign into a common market with these guys as well. Alright, now we're actually going to speed the game up because we've slowed it down. kept it at a steady pace. So we have money increasing, but we're still pretty poor. And I don't like that. Not one single bit. And our stability is low. Corruption is relatively high, but lowering. Our approval rating is abysmal. But I guess that doesn't matter too much, does it? Especially considering we were just a monarchy. Indubitably! Alright, let's see what we have in relation with other countries. As far as laws go, we're pretty close to the United States. Not so much the UK. What about France, Spain? No. Apparently Europe is relatively left. I'm cool with that. We're pretty close to Italy there. We have some things in common. Yes. Who else do we... Realistically speaking, we don't have much in common with the Western world. But, and you know, we're sitting here alienating our Middle Eastern brothers. But frankly, I don't care. Because it's not their money that I want. It's the West money. That is all the money I need for the rest of my little life. That's correct. Let's see. We have 1.3 trillion... Wait, billion, excuse me. I forgot how poor these guys are. 1.3 billion in debt, with only about a $500 million income. Again, these numbers may not reflect real life, because I'm pretty sure Qatar is richer than that. But again, I could be wrong. You never know. Well, we've raised per capita by 3,000. Already a step in the right direction. Approval has gone up, stability slowly rising, and again, corruption is lowering. Ooh, Argentina's sending us economic aid. Awesome sauce. I'm all for getting money from the other people in the world. Bam, look at that. That increased us significantly. I'm surprised Argentina offered us an economic aid treaty considering they are in debt. But I guess it really does not matter now, does it? It doesn't. Look how poor the United States is. Jesus Christ, man. You guys gotta fix that. They are heading straight towards economic failure. Spaghettios. Anyway, it's been 6 months in, and this is where we are as of right now. Our balance is 756, so on and so forth. I'm trying to do this with, again, I'm trying to do it without raising the, what's the word I'm looking for? Without speak, Commissar. Without raising the personal income tax, which so far we're off to a pretty good start. We're paying off this debt, but we don't have enough money, nor do we produce the goods we need for ourselves, which is not really a good thing. So I'm going to go throw a couple $1 million into some of the more basic things, just to increase it a little bit, to kind of stimulate growth. Even though it's not really going to work, but whatever. Alright, so we increased our cereal production about 10 million. That's a little bit. Little tiny baby steps. Growth, more than likely, is going to occur over time as time goes on, obviously. And as we pay off our debt, which, again, is pretty extensive, considering it's taking in almost half of our economy up, income-wise, or a third of it anyway. So we're going to get that on the way. I'm going to raise, I'm going to raise government. I'm going to bump up education a little bit. I want my people to be smarter. And you know what? I'm going to bump up environment as well, because I want that resource bonus that it provides. Again, so let's let some time pass and see what happens. Alright, so it has been 9 months. We are keeping inflation at a steady between 2 and 3%. Taxes, again, have not been raised. Let's see. Budget-wise, we're looking beautiful. We've maxed out government, telecom, tourism, almost environment. Again, the reason I do environment is because I like to have that bonus in resource production. We're getting a lot of foreign aid, so that's good as well. Clearly, this is pretty much like this is the best way to do Qatar. I mean, again, they're really simple, and they don't start in a bad place, really. Their economic health isn't the strongest, which is something that you always need to pay attention to. Like I said, I fluctuate here on the interest level between 5 and 0% just to kind of keep that inflation between 2 and 3% to make sure that the Qatar inflation level doesn't get too big and thus starts hurting the economic growth of our country. The economic health is about 60.2%. I've maxed out tourism in the hope that one day our tourist markets will be gigantic. That's the plan, which it will over time. And as far as we are concerned with our neighbors, we are doing very well. I mean, they are as well. But for our size, I honestly think we're doing better. That is my personal belief. You know, because, I don't know. I feel like we're doing pretty good. Except for Oman here, who's trying to make us look bad to the rest of the world. But, hey, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You can't always win every game you play, can you? Guess not. I didn't realize that Iraq was so poor. Poor guys. Wish you could help them out a little bit. But I'm not going to. Why? Because all I care about is Qatar. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I know I've been clicking all around the world, this particular walkthrough. But, I mean, hey, what can I say? I'm comparing myself to the other economies in the world. One thing I will mention, though, in this particular forum, Qatar, it's not easy to make friends with other people in the world as Qatar, because nobody really likes you, it seems like. I guess you're just the middleman or something. I don't really know. Let's try maxing out foreign aid and see what that does, how much of a boost it gives us, and see if it helps us in the long run raise our diplomatic relations with countries. Let's see. Costa Rica likes us. Cuba likes us. I'm cool with that. The United States is iffy about us. They're at least on good enough terms with us that they will offer us an economic aid treaty. Speaking of which, I'm going to get one from good old Canada. Oh, Canada. Ooh, let's get one from the United States now that they're actually positive. That's right. Give me that economic... Oh, damn. The high diplomatic relations too low? Yep, that's right. It probably needs to be about a 40 or so, I think, to actually get economic aid from a country. That's okay. We're getting more than enough. As you can see, $1.3 billion, and we're slowly paying off our debt. So overall, our goal here is to pay off the debt, which we are well on our way of doing. So, this has been a quick little video on how to play Qatar. Again, as far as it goes with other countries, it's very simple. Realistically, you don't have to change to a single-party democracy. You could probably stick on with the monarchy. The reason I did it is because a single-party democracy has more resource growth than a monarchy does. So that's why I did that. Again, you really don't need to. It's a relatively easy country to play. Again, they're not in debt at the beginning of the game. Harder country to play as, China would be a hard country to play as compared to them. Basically almost any African country. Don't try to play Democratic Republic of Congo because it is glitched and you will not be able to fix it. Trust me, I've tried. Even though I've literally on the first day turned it into a moneymaker, and it economically fails every single time, and that's just how it's going to happen. On the other hand, you have countries like Djibouti. Djibouti's always a fun one to play as because Djibouti is pretty poor. Or Somalia, so on and so forth. So, this has been Commissar, bro, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope this has helped you guys with your own playthrough. If you have any questions regarding how to play Qatar, feel free to shoot them at me. I try to respond back as often as humanly possible, or at least possible for me. So, I hope that, again, I hope this has been able to assist you. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Commissar, bro. Have a beautiful day. So, why? Why make such a crappy product? They call some fucking dude with a bow who obviously has terrible, terrible reflexes and movement and joint.